Last week, the who's who of the fight game were all in Brian's corner to pay tribute to possibly the greatest fighter this country has ever seen. And as the champ arrived in true style, the scene was set for one of the most memorable boxing gatherings of all time.
It was on the 27th of September 1986 that I defeated Alfredo Lane at Sun City in front of my home fans. It was the only time I've ever fought for a world title at Sun City and in front of my home fans. So it was the most unbelievable feeling in the world.
You have been a credit to your country and a credit to South African boxing. South Africa reflects in the dignity you have shown in and out of the ring, and in your glory as a great, but more important, a genuine world champion.
On behalf of MNet, it is indeed a great pleasure to recognize the role of a very special woman in the achievements of a very special man. Kathy, your lonely hours, your moments of anxiety, and wonderful support will always be remembered. Thank you.
Brian's wife, Kathy, has supported her husband through every round, and tonight she is honored for her devotion to her champion husband.
Well, I'm not generally a nervous person, but I'm very, very nervous before Brian's fight. I get very highly strung, you know, and it affects me quite badly. I start to hyperventilate.
And in exchange, Brian receives a beautiful portrait painted by Lo Henning to forever remind him of his loyal family.
I feel very proud as I stand here tonight, and I don't think that the novelty can ever wear off when you're being respected and appreciated for something you've put your whole life into. I've won many awards. This evening is truly special to me.
I think he truly represents everything that a champ should represent. A great man, a great father, a great husband, and a man who has come from humble beginnings to end up where he has. And I think that's truly what it's all about. A man who has been hungry and has achieved great success. And I think tonight has been a fitting tribute to a wonderful champion, Brian Mitchell.
And I think we all agree that he has done so much for South African boxing. A new era has been ushered into boxing, and he's been responsible for that. And we are very proud of his accomplishments.
I learned a lot from him, hard work. Where we were together in Madrid when he was fighting against Joe Rivera.
He's got guts, he's got heart. I think he's everything that a youngster aspires to. He is an example to our youth.
It's a feeling I cannot explain because I'm so proud, and even tonight I didn't expect anything like this.
From a young age, he'd always wanted to be a world champion, and I think he was born a world champion.
Well, as a matter of fact, Brian's father came to me first, and he was training there. And when Brian was Brian followed his father around, and when he was 9 years old, he came to train at my club.
He was never fed a diet of easy fighters. Brian fought world-rated fighters from his second fight at Sun City. He defended his title there 3 times, and in between the title defenses, the other 6 fights that he had there before the world title were all against world-rated fighters. So he was never fed a diet of bums. He fought the best in the world, and he developed incredibly well.
I saw in Brian what I actually saw in our company. Someone with determination. And there was no question that we wanted to be associated with a champion like Brian.
I personally think Brian is one of the most dedicated fighters that I know. and I think he's improving.
Well, I have great admiration for Brian. Apart from the fact that, you know, he has his 10 defenses outside this country, I think that he is the boxer who thinks on his feet.
Well, Brian is a man, what I know of him, he's a gentleman. He's a real good, nice guy. As a boxer, well, he's a hell of a fighter. He's always been a good fighter.
I worked with him as a sparring partner and I worked with him as a cornerman. And to me, Brian Mitchell is a tribute to South African boxing, is a tribute to the standard of boxing, and he's a great South African, and he's a tribute to whatever he represents today. And his book is one of the most, and I recommend it for every single person. Well, Brian is what his new book says, champ. Brian is not only a champion inside the ring, he's also a champion outside the ring.
And the book says it all, the story of a young man who rose to fame and fortune, still retaining the humility of a modest beginning, the story of Brian Mitchell's life.
But here was this man with this dream, and he achieved it, and it was so nice working with a man who'd done this, you know. The other thing that came through for me was his total honesty. He's straight up and down, he tells it like it is. If he believes in something, he says so. And I think sometimes people misinterpret this, even thinking that maybe he's a bit cocky or whatever. Meanwhile, he's just saying what he believes is the way it is. And that's why I like him.
Well, for me, I've got 600 books on my bookshelf on boxing. This will be 601, and I look forward to it.
Well, Robin, I've normally got a lot of stamina, but tonight was just breathtaking.
You, Kathy?
Spectacular. Absolutely outstanding.